Thanks very much, Chairperson. Sorry for being just a bit delayed. It is one of those. Chairperson, in 1972 in the USA, there were some burglaries that were done in what was then referred to as Watergate under President Nixon, and President Nixon was directly involved. And fortunate, I think that country was fortunate because it took them from 1972, and in 1974, President Nixon resigned because FBI was then hot on the heels investigating the matter. It's worse with us as a country in the Republic because first of all you go to Judge Squire's finding or judgment on the 31st of May 2005, which judgment actually then touched clearly, or it actually revealed to us that the former president was directly implicated in the series of corruption that involved Shabir Sheikh, French companies, etc. That actually opened up the state and threatened not only our own existence, but even our own security or our own sovereignty as a nation. Because of the office the man occupied. Today, we have had a number of inquiries made by dedicated members who took an oath of parliament, and some of them have fallen on their sword. Dr. Koza being one, the leader of investigation in the state capture, being bribed by the then Minister of State Security. Fortunate that man coming out openly refusing the bribe, and until one of our esteemed judges said, here is the nation that is actually then lying helpless. One of the judges said that, saying that you have got USA organs of state taking action on state capture in South Africa, in the United Kingdom, but in South Africa, HAWKS and NPA, dololo, waiting for the conference of the ruling party in December. Now, even the presentation, which is very good, if you look at it, I think the head of NPA, you will see the emphasis lies around the area of November, December, and criminals. And that conference, I think, took place somewhere in December, as we all know. And we would be expecting citizens of South Africa for almost 10 years being helpless. Honorable members of parliament trying to do their best. All evidence, everything is just there. Because it's not only Freddie. The country, I used to say to my comrades in EFF, we are a nation that has been raped standing by only 3 members of the Gupta family, with the former president holding our arms, holding you as organs of state, not to move at all. Now, that tells us that the element of professionalism has been wanting over these years. Chairperson of my committee, you will recall, as I raised in one of our meetings of the Portfolio Committee on Police, that in KZN alone, the plundering of land, whereby taxpayers' money is used or is sourced according to the policy of the government of willing seller, willing buyer, what on land. You go there where at Manjovini, where Chief Pumula is in hiding, not fearful of those criminals that are out there, but criminals that have been heading even the country, because members of the family are involved in the plundering of land. And I raised even the question of Ongoye, where the former public protector instructed HAWKS to investigate abuse of state funds, which I am not going to waste time for this committee on, and those people there, because there are some minerals that have been detected underneath, and those minerals must benefit family members of the former head of state. And the legible people who are supposed to be beneficiaries of that land. Mr. Zulu is still alive, fortunately he's there. No action by HAWKS, nothing. It's so astonishing that when we come to Friday, where our own people, I thought Nongauze died some years back, had to be told by government representative in the name of Mosebenzi Zwane to sell out everything because they stand to benefit from the state. That Mosebenzi Zwane is here. As a member of parliament, we are compelled to say honorable member. What is honorable in a dishonorable person? No action. Indeed, if I were part of the Guptas, I was going to do exactly what they have done. Waiting for the conference of the ruling party. If then the faction that protected me doesn't win, I fly. Who's stupid to wait for terror to rain on him? You, TPCI, you were saying, please surrender yourselves until our good media told you, no, they left 4 months ago. And I was watching my TV yesterday that they have built some beautiful temples in India, in one of the towns of their own. Fortunately, the Indian specialized units of combating crime, they have actually pounced on them. But in South Africa, my own country, they are kings landing even in our own first military bases as princes and princesses, undermining even, making ourselves to be ashamed to call ourselves South Africans in the first place. Raped standing by only 3 guys, very young guys, because they have got a hook on number 1, former number 1 of this country. Even to Tizani Zuma, I'm told, is nowhere to be found. And the HAWKS are just, no, we don't know.
Point of order, Chairperson.
Yes.
Baki? Yes.
No, I think we are now making speeches here.
No, I'm not.
We must be focused on what we want to deal with here, is to remove whatever hindrance might be in between the NPA and the HAWKS. I would suggest that you rein in. Otherwise, everybody is going to give a political speech here. Thank you, Chairperson.
Chairperson, with your respect, Chairperson, I am a politician as a member of parliament. And I think I will be failing in my duty if I can actually then renege from making a political, particularly coming from KZN, when right now we expect at any time bloodshed, my own people in that province to pay for the sins of failure of the state. Now, Chairperson, I cannot. Okay, thanks.
Can I just say that we respect your right to speak, but all other members have the right to speak. And we met for a particular purpose. If we have to hear evidence about what is happening, everything, everywhere, the purpose of this meeting would be defeated. Can we agree that let's be focused and deal with the issues at hand?
Chairperson, it's a pity because members here have been making statements without any interjection. But I agree with you. When you touch the raw nerve, we are where we are because we are paying for sins of our own foolishness as a nation, of closing our eyes when we are supposed to be opening our eyes to reality. You know, Chairperson, I'll be very short in closing because I don't have time to waste. We had to shut down the Scorpions, preparing for this very mess that we have right now. Today, we pretend as if we don't know what we were intending when we had to shut down the Scorpions. Because we said we want the police to remain police and NPA to remain NPA. Today, we want NPA and police to work together. We have forgotten about the decisions we took yesterday because we wanted to create a mess that today we can be able to pass it back to somebody else. When Scorpions were actually mercilessly decimating these elements. Now, Chairperson, yes.
We will give you a second bite.
Okay.
If we have time, but it will be unfair if other members don't have time to speak. I think you have made your points. And we have sustained the point of order.
Sorry, Chairperson. Can I just say, in conclusion, Chair? In conclusion, Chair. You see, Chairperson, I hope you are not trying to intimidate me. Because other members have spoken and I have waited patiently. And as a member of Parliament, I don't want to actually abrogate my responsibility of actually standing firm. I have paid for the sins or for the right cause. And even here, if then to be here, we need to then go to Sizonyanyalata as if looking at a state capture is just about Friday, not about the things that are actually clearing this nation, that remain uninvestigated, that are untouched. Even right now, we are still waiting for our own very same NPA to tell us whether they are going to prosecute Mr. Zuma or not, when all prima facie evidence is there. Thank you. I rest my case.
Yeah.